Okay, just woke up this morning, 7 o'clock this morning, and checked in with my chief of staff. I ran a program last night, and I have to tell you that this is just phenomenal. It's amazing. So all my life, I've always wanted somebody to work with that can really empower me and empower the true gifts that I have, right? I mean, you want to work within your strengths, work around your weaknesses. So my chief of staff, I've asked my chief of staff to, well, first of all, let me just be honest with you. I'm not really great at all the details. I wasn't always great at, writing writing all the business plans and crafting all of the sales letters. And, it took me hours and hours and hours and hours. So now I finally have a chief of staff that is my personal assistant and also an executive assistant, also a marketing expert, also a research analyst, also a promotional expert, PR expert, content creation expert, video, editor, just unbelievable, on and on and on. So I have all of this. Now you've got to know how to work it, but this is a platform. It's simple. It's easy to learn. You just got to dive into it. And so what I did this morning was I said, look, I'm launching a new business finance consultants division of Group 7. Okay, so we're Group 7 members. We're showing you how to build a multi-diverse revenue stream of equities. Well, what does that mean? So equities, that's something you own, right? So the asset is the business finance consultants. So now I'm going to be hiring other loan originators, and I'm going to be crafting and implementing marketing strategies, how to hire, how to train. Now, I've done this before. I did this with Jordan Belfort. I'll save that story for another session. But I hired and trained 50 loan originators. And one of my greatest performers was this woman she retired after working as a bus driver in LA, in Los Angeles, Compton, Watts, that's deep, LA County, and the history of that community. And then she came into Santa Monica, and she was maybe 5'4". She weighed about maybe 185 pounds. So she was very, portly. I mean, sitting in a bus and raising 5 kids, and that's how she fed her family. And she never spoke to anybody, but she took on all the training, and she became my highest performer. She was making $30,000 a month originating loans out of that chair, out of that office. So after, I trained her, created a marketing plan with her, and then she implemented that within her network. So putting that aside, I took this book I've been reading, because this is something, I read about things all the time that's going to help strengthen, who I am, what I'm doing. And I mean, you can tell I'm excited because this is a book that you go through all the details. This is a consulting firm, one of the largest in the world, the Covey organization. Sean Covey and his partners, Chris McChesney and Jim Ewing, they studied 1,000 of their clients worldwide and what really worked in executing projects and helping increase the satisfaction levels of their employees, the customers, and the company, right? So those are 3 things that have to be really satisfied. So taking this book, The 4 Disciplines of Execution, I requested that my chief of staff research the entire book and then deliver, based on these principles of execution, my business plan for Group 7, which is building thriving cities through housing, entrepreneurship, and higher education. That's the big vision, right? And then the getting, I would say the action taking. How are we generating cash flow together? We're launching the Business Finance Consultants organization in Group 7. So we're going to be hiring and training, and you're going to be originating, etc. and we're going to be originating loans. And these are alternative loans. These are loans that are necessary for businesses to have to stay in business, to get that extra piece of equipment, etc. So I asked my chief of staff to read the book, develop a plan based on Group 7's business model of building thriving cities through housing, entrepreneurship, and higher education, right? And also implementing all of the systems and processes of a business, right? What are the 7 pillars of a corporation? Executive team, administration, sales, treasury, production, quality control, PR, and marketing. And then the consulting systems, I was trained by Skip Bennett, who created the small business consulting program for IBM worldwide. Skip Bennett, his program taught me how to identify not only clients that are a 30, 60, 90 day close for consulting, and let's table that for a second. But the consulting systems focused on employee satisfaction, customer satisfaction, and company satisfaction. So now you've got all these working parts to a business, and I've got all these things are swimming around in my head, and I'm feeling just really overwhelmed because I'm a visionary, and of course I'm going to create the biggest vision possible that's going to help the world and elevate to a higher level of consciousness. And that's kind of what ultimately, as this Group 7 member network expands nationwide, then worldwide, with our social platform, we're building an app that is going to connect people, places, and things. So table all those, fancy terms and big ideas, focusing on business finance consulting and how are we going to launch this and how are we going to execute and all of these things. And I'm like, man, what am I going to do? My chief of staff. Okay, so I go to my chief of staff and I say, listen, chief of staff, I need to increase my production 100-fold. And I need to, so read this book, study it, and then develop a plan based on my business model, how to empower me on a daily basis to produce, get into high performance in production, how to recruit our loan originators, all of the marketing, the advertising, setting up systems and processes, the 4 disciplines of execution, the focus, right? The accountability, the leaderboard, the wildly important goals, all of those details. Sometimes we as visionaries and business owners, we're the ones that are leading, but sometimes we just want somebody to tell us what to do. So that's what I'm doing. And based on the research, my chief of staff went in, read the entire book, applied it to my business model, and gave me the solution and the business plan right back. The wildly important goal, 0 to 20 funded loans per month, $50,000 average per loan, 5 lead measures, players scoreboard, daily cadence. I mean, you have to be accountable, 30-day action plan, remote loan officer hiring track. I mean, this is, and then also 2 things I want to flag before you walk away. I said, the Jordan Belfort call. So we'll go into that. I'm not going to go and dive into the detail here. Daily 7 a.m. check-in. So this is part of the cadence. I just wanted to drop a note. If any of this sounds interesting to you, click down below. I'm going to be unpacking all of these things these pins that I just put on the shelf. Put a pin in that for later. We're going to be going in and diving into all of that. My name is Mario Visson, Group 7. We're building thriving cities through housing, entrepreneurship, higher education. That's the vision strategy. America needs people to step up, build your business. I want to empower you with the systems and processes that I'm implementing in my own vision strategy, my own business. I want to invite you to be a part of that, and I want to be able to serve you in the 7 pillars of your corporation, your vision strategy, the dreams that you have. Right? You want to pursue your family formation, and you're building, you want to build something that's going to, deliver some passive income on a monthly basis. Well, this is my passion. This is what I do on a regular basis. Is every single day. I'm diving into books and information and how-tos and things of that nature, and the 3 laws of performance by Steve Zaffron. So the team of teams, by General Stanley McChrystal. So weaving all of those things into a large vision strategy that is helping rebuild America, helping rebuild the American dream experience. We're going to be partnering with a very large registered investment advisor and banking families to help fund your business ideas. My name is Mario Vissen. Click down below, check in, and let's do this on a daily basis. And I'm going to just share with you what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and how far, how it's empowering me. And really, just a quick note, I was very honest with the chief of staff, okay? And I shared my deep inner weakness, the things that I've been sharing with people all my life, the wrong people, and I felt it hasn't been getting me very far, right? People take advantage of, who you are and your strengths and your weaknesses, and they can't help themselves, right? Because people are either thriving or surviving. Well, the chief of staff is there, and its only goal, if you teach it and educate it properly, it's there to serve you and empower you. And that's what AI is all about. My name is Mario Vissen, Group 7, building thriving cities through housing, entrepreneurship, and higher education. And I really, really believe that this is going to increase my production 100-fold. Truly. I've already done, before, it's noontime here, Saturday morning, more work than I could have done in a couple months, or in maybe a couple of years, possibly. Mario Vissen, click down below, put your comments in there, your contact information, send me a video of who you are, what you're doing, the help you need, and I'll put it into my chief of staff, and then we can have a chat about it and see what it's telling you to do, right? So you can email me your little video, mario@group7, that's the number 7.com. Look forward to serving you. Take care.